What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
Dear friends, gather round, and let me regale you with the woeful tale of my stay at the Bailey's Hotel, London. Sigh. As I stepped into the foyer, I was immediately enveloped in a sense of disappointment. The air reeked of stale cigarettes and yesterday's cooking oil. My eyes wandered at the sheer audacity of the decor, a mishmash of worn velvet and faded florals that seemed to scream, "I'm trying too hard, but not hard enough." The chandelier, once a proud centerpiece, now hung like a tired debutante, its crystals dulled by a thick layer of grime. But, I digress. The real tragedy began when I checked in. The room, a cramped, windowless cave, felt like a cruel joke. The bed, a sagging, creaky affair, seemed to whisper, "You'll be lucky to get a wink of sleep on me, dearie." And don't even get me started on the minibar, a sad, half-empty fridge that seemed to be suffering from a severe case of anorexia. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what about the staff, dear narrator? Ah, the staff. A bunch of listless, uncaring souls who seem to be going through the motions, their eyes glazed over like donuts under the fluorescent lights. When I approached the front desk to inquire about, I don't know, maybe a decent room, I was met with a shrug and a grunt that said, "You're on your own, kiddo." And then, there was the vaunted bar experience. I use quotes because, really, it was just a glorified hole in the wall with a sign that read, "Come for the overpriced drinks, stay for the scathing reviews." I asked for a simple rum and coke, and what did I get? A double shot of rum and a condescending smile from the bartender, who seemed to be saying, "You should be grateful I deigned to serve you, peasant." But wait, it gets better. When I complained about the moldy room, the receptionist had the nerve to tell me that it was non-refundable, code for "we don't care about your comfort, just your money." And don't even get me started on the upgraded room, which was really just a slightly larger box with a few extra amenities, like a working toilet and a window that didn't face a brick wall. As I lay in the dreadful excuse for a bed, I couldn't help but think about the poor souls who'd had the misfortune of staying at this dump before me. The tears, the frustration, the sheer desperation, it was all palpable, like a heavy fog that clung to every surface. So, dear friends, let this be a cautionary tale. If you value your sanity, your comfort, and your hard-earned cash, stay far, far away from the Bailey's Hotel, London. Trust me, you won't regret it. What do you think, friends? Have you had a similar experience? Share your stories in the comments below. Based on my analysis of businesses near the Bailey's Hotel, London, here's the comprehensive overview, Travel Analyst Report, Negative Review Analysis, Businesses near the Bailey's Hotel, London, Chunk 1. This report analyzes negative reviews for businesses located near the Bailey's Hotel in London, focusing on Kensington High Street, the Lanesborough Club and Spa, the Bugis Singapore Restaurant, and L&N London. The analysis identifies common themes, specific issues, and overall impressions gleaned from customer feedback. Overall impression: the businesses in this area appear to suffer from a disconnect between expectation and reality. While some, like L&N, trade heavily on aesthetic appeal, underlying operational and quality issues consistently drag down customer satisfaction. There's a recurring theme of poor service, questionable food quality, particularly at Bugis, and a decline in the overall experience compared to previous years, particularly noted for Kensington High Street. 1. Kensington High Street, a street in decline? Business type: primarily a shopping street with a tube station. Key issues: the most consistent complaint revolves around a perceived decline in the area's vibrancy and quality. Reviewers describe it as losing its unique character, becoming overrun with chain stores and suffering from a lack of atmosphere. Construction noise and rubbish everywhere further detract from the experience. The Circle Line tube station receives direct criticism for infrequent service and reliability problems. Accessibility is a major concern, with reviewers specifically pointing out the lack of wheelchair access at the station and nearby attractions. Specific examples: no atmosphere anymore. It's just like any other shopping street. Highlights the loss of unique identity. Loads of building going on so very noisy, demonstrates a disruption to the shopping experience. The Royal Albert Hall, and this tube is not wheelchair accessible? Crazy, underscores a significant accessibility issue. Generalized observation: Kensington High Street, while still a convenient location, appears to be struggling to maintain its appeal, with accessibility being a major oversight. 2. The Lanesborough Club and Spa, luxury tarnished by poor management. Business type: high-end spa and club. Key issues: despite potential for excellence, The Lanesborough Club and Spa is almost universally criticized for exceptionally poor management and its impact on the customer experience. The reviews detail disorganization at reception, uninformed staff, a lack of customer care, and dismissive/arrogant behavior from management when concerns are raised. While therapists are occasionally mentioned positively, this is overshadowed by the front-of-house issues. Follow-up on promised compensation, for example, a restaurant meal, is non-existent. Specific examples: an arrogant woman at the reception will tell you not to visit if you don't like it, illustrates the exceptionally poor customer service. Staff seemed uninformed about appointments, demonstrates operational disorganization. My husband got me a massage here, and I never heard back, highlights broken promises and lack of follow-through. Generalized observation: the Lanesborough Club and Spa is failing to deliver on its luxury promise due to significant and recurring management issues affecting almost every customer touchpoint. 3. The Bugis Singapore Restaurant, disappointing cuisine and service. Business type: Singaporean/Asian restaurant. Key issues: the Bugis Singapore restaurant receives overwhelmingly negative reviews centered on declining food quality, inconsistent service, and a poor overall experience. Common complaints include overcooked/dried chicken, tasteless dishes, and overpriced menu items. There are reports of unhygienic food presentation, salami and prawn dishes, outdated ingredients, and a lack of care in order fulfillment. Management is described as dismissive and even discriminatory. A recent policy change involving cover charges has further angered loyal customers. Specific examples: the worst Hainanese chicken rice I've ever had. A strong indication of poor food quality, a core offering. A prawn dish had salami in it, I cannot eat meat and find it offensive. Highlights a significant food safety and allergen concern. Paul, the manager, automatically discriminated against my friend and I, who were both black, serious allegation of discrimination. Generalized observation: the Bugis Singapore restaurant is currently failing to deliver authentic, quality Singaporean cuisine and is plagued by operational and potentially ethical issues. It appears to be alienating its customer base through poor quality and service. 4. Elland and London, style over substance. Business type: Instagrammable cafe/pastry shop. Key issues: Elland and London appears to be prioritizing aesthetics over core service and product quality. Customers consistently complain about slow analysis of negative reviews for businesses near the Bailey's Hotel, London, Chung Two Halves. This analysis examines recurring issues at Royal Festival Hall, Dover Street Market, and the Botanist Sloane Square, based on negative customer feedback. While these establishments cater to different markets, cultural, luxury retail, and dining, common themes emerge around poor service, accessibility, and value for money. 1. Royal Festival Hall, a venue struggling with accessibility and service. Key issues: poor accessibility and disability unfriendliness. Multiple reviews highlight dangerous conditions for disabled patrons, including confusing routes, lack of proper signage, and dismissive staff responses. For example, Gina Devine's review about her wheelchair-bound mother. Venue management failures, delays, overcrowding, and poor communication. For example, Joseph Williams' hour-long wait with no explanation, undermine the experience. Sanitation and facilities, gender-neutral toilet replacements sparked complaints about cleanliness and convenience. AO's review, while broken cubicles and filthy conditions were recurring themes. Sound and performance quality, several reviewers criticized subpar acoustics, tilak badia, and poorly organized events. PK's scathing review of the Assassin's Creed gig. Dining disappointments, Las Iguanas at the venue was lambasted for slow service, cold food, and overpricing. Stella Bannon's ruined graduation celebration. Pattern: the hall's reputation suffers from operational neglect, staff indifference, logistical disarray, and a lack of upkeep, despite its cultural prestige. 2. Dover Street Market, elitism and customer service breakdowns. Key issues: discriminatory and rude staff. Multiple reviewers reported feeling unwelcome, citing condescending or hostile behavior. Brandon's humiliation over fragrance sampling and Rishi Ranjan's experience of being followed by security, with racial undertones, stand out. Incompetent service, staff lacked product knowledge. Mike Max's complaint, and ignored customers. Si Woo's 10-minute wait for shoes, refund and logistics problems. Alan Ali's nightmare refund process and C's customs delay ordeal reflect systemic inefficiencies. Exclusivity backlash, the store's high-end image clashes with reports of pretentiousness. Stephen Gutierrez, an unconscious bias. Paley Cadiz ring sizing rejection. Pattern: the market's luxury branding is undermined by unprofessionalism, from frontline staff to back-end support, alienating even loyal customers. 3. The Botanist Sloane Square, declining standards in dining key issues, service failures, rude staff, Marina Bogata's cocktail ordeal, inattentiveness, M. Dinsdale's ignored family, and long waits, Kia's 30-minute bill delay, were pervasive. Food and drink quality, overpriced, subpar meals, for example, Michał Kapelski's well-done Wagyu burger, and tiny portions, Chloe Maycock's £6.50 for 4 potatoes, dominated complaints. Ambience and management, loud music, lack of seating coordination, FS's empty table refusal, and robotic responses to criticism. K6's review suggested poor oversight. Pattern, once a favored spot, the Botanist now faces accusations of complacency, prioritizing aesthetics over consistent service and fair pricing. Cross-business trends 1. Service breakdowns, all 3 venues faced accusations of dismissive or unprofessional staff, with Royal Festival Hall and Dover Street Market particularly criticized for outright hostility. 2. Value for money, high prices rarely matched quality, whether for concert tickets, designer goods, or truffle fries. 3. Accessibility and inclusivity, disabled patrons and marginalized groups, for example, non-white shoppers at DSM, reported exclusionary treatment. 4. Management disconnect, negative reviews were often met with generic responses, suggesting a lack of accountability. Conclusion: these businesses near the Baileys Hotel share critical reputational risks, declining customer care, operational disorganization, and eroded trust. While Royal Festival Hall's issues are infrastructural, Dover Street Market stem from toxic elitism, and the Botanists from complacency. Addressing staff training, transparency, and inclusivity could help mitigate these patterns. Note: this analysis covers only the businesses in this analysis covers all the businesses analyzed in the area and provides insights into what travelers can expect when staying near the Baileys Hotel, London. Okay, so I'm looking into crimes near the Baileys Hotel, London, and, you know, it's just so sad. Businesses near the Baileys Hotel, London are like total scammers, taking advantage of tourists, you know? Like, have you heard about this guy, Liam Hutchinson? He stole over £100,000 worth of goods from Boots stores around Chelsea and Kensington. He did it 99 times, can you believe it? He'd just grab a bunch of stuff and run out of the store. I mean, what is wrong with people? He got caught eventually, but, like, how many tourists got affected by his actions, right? He got 12 months in jail, but, you know, it's not like it's going to stop him from doing it again. He's probably going to do it again. And, like, who's going to stop him? And then there are these gift shops and candy stores on Kensington High Street. They're like, super suspicious, changing hands all the time to avoid paying taxes. Like, 7 different companies operated the same candy shop between 2017 and 2024. Can you believe it? They left the council with £3 million in unpaid taxes. And, you know, it's not like they're not making money. They're targeting tourists with super high prices and low quality goods. It's like, how can you do that to people who are just trying to have a good time? They're probably going to keep doing it, and, like, the authorities are going to have to keep chasing them.